Hey everybody, it is take two of Momentum Monday video. We're going to talk a little bit about the new skills that we've got in our, I don't know, I call them advanced eating skills, but I don't know if that's a really good term for it. I just wanted to get it, I figured done was better than perfect last night. So let's talk a little bit about what I mean. And of course, remember, everything is optional and you can interpret things exactly how you want. So with level 1, you have the swap it system. So the swap it is really meant for, I've been talking to people about, particular times of the day that are tricky, or foods that are tricky for you, or that are, just giving you a lot of trouble. So swapping out things, or changing things up, whether it's swapping a food for another food, a healthier food, or food for another activity, that any of those would work really, really well. So that is what I mean by the swap it thing, and that might be a really good choice for a lot of you this week. And I know sometimes we go, oh, level 1 is supposed to be so easy. Like, that's not really that easy. For me, swap it right now means not having a glass of wine at night and swapping it for something else. And that is actually kind of hard for me some days, and today might be one of those days that's kind of hard. So level 2 was I called it maybe later. And those are two really, really important words you can use with food and with lots of other things in your life. Sometimes if you're a person who has a hard time saying no, maybe later gives you a little bit of space to stay rational, stay focused on getting back in line with, okay, is doing this thing in line with who I want to be, what my values are, things like that. So maybe later is a whole lot easier to say than no at a party, because if you say no to like a drink or snacks or whatever, people start to go, oh, you on a diet? Oh, you doing this? Oh, maybe later gives you a little bit of power to be like, not right now, maybe later. Okay. And people are like, oh, okay, maybe she wants it later. Right? The same thing when we were talking about in our conference call yesterday was when we finish whatever we have planned for a meal and we still feel hungry, and we start heading towards the pantry, or you go back to get more food, and it's okay to tell yourself, maybe later. Okay? Wait a few minutes, wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long you feel is really reasonable that you can do, and then come back to it, right? Because the food will always be there, or the drink, or whatever it is. The third, level 3, is recognizing fake news, which I just made up a catchy title based on, world events. But that we talked a little bit about that fake hunger feeling, where we have to have it right now. Okay, so maybe you get home from work and you have to have food right now. Or maybe you see all these cookies in the break room and you have to have one. All of a sudden you're hungry and you're like, oh, I need to eat one because I'm hungry, right? Think about that, mastering hunger. True hunger comes from your stomach, and it's slow building. Like, you're hungry and you might notice it, and then you get a little bit hungrier. And then there's a point where you're like, yeah, I need to eat. All right. That's true hunger. That snap, like, oh man, I haven't eaten in hours and there's cookies and now I need some because I am hungry, right? That's fake hunger. So just trying to recognize that fake hunger signal and really pay attention to those true hunger signals. So those are the 3 levels. Remember, level 4 is DIY, do it yourself. You can make it however you want. If you're like counting macros this week, great, do that. That's a DIY move. If you want to do something simpler, or you want to go back on one of our other habits, for either from nutrition or mindful eating or something like that, with protein or veggies or anything like that, that's totally fine. I know Christine did a great DIY habit where she said half my plate is veggies, right? And that's for lunch and dinner. And that was a great DIY habit because it's so easy to do visually. It's not always easy in practice, but it is easy to visually see, yeah, about half my plate is veggies. So you guys, good luck. Please post up questions that you have for me for the week about these habits or anything else, and we'll post up habit plans tonight. All right, take care.